That Son is Lord. Hi everyone, this is Coach in the Fight. I'm going to do a little bit of role reversal here. So I'm sitting here with my wife, Stacy. I guess when you have these cameras in your hand, you always want to turn it around and put it dead in her face, right? But so I have a question for you, Stacy. I'm gonna let you hold the camera so you can hold the microphone. You can hold it up, or you can hold it down. They used to looking at blank, so if you just want to just lay it down, you can lay it down. They ain't gotta have nothing to look at. Well, my question is, okay, and I have two if you don't want me anyway. What is the difference between being a gentile wife and a Hebrew wife?
What is the difference?
And that's what I want to do at first. Let me introduce you.
Okay.
Stacy.
You let everybody know that it's like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's 3:30 in the morning. But Stacy and I met in the military. We met in garrison, and then our company went to war in Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and you worked in the post office after the military, and that's before you became a stay-at-home mom in what year? The year 2000.
Yeah. Left the post office in 1999, December 1999.
Man, you giving too much detail, man. This ain't a job. Ain't nobody getting you. It's not an interview. But so you've been a stay-at-home mom for. I used to call you. I used to tell people you were a engineer. Like when I used to tell when they used to ask, because it was like you was a little bit ashamed that you was staying at home, and so I would tell them you was a domestic engineer. See, but you've been that way. You've been a domestic engineer since 2000, so 17 years. Okay. So now many of those years, matter of fact, all of those years, most of those years, you say you lived as a gentile wife, right? Because we lived the gentile life. And then you say, well, and within the last 3 years, you've made a transition from Christmas trees and Easter bunnies to tents and trumpets. So we say, what's the difference between being the wife, the mother, the domestic engineer in a Hebrew family versus a Gentile family?
Well, one of the first differences that I would say is that being a Gentile wife person, as far as Yah is concerned, it's like you're playing a role, and you're doing all the things that you were taught that you were supposed to do. Say yes, I'm blessed, highly favored. You go to church, go to Sunday school, you read your devotional. You're constantly saying, I'm going to do better, and you never really do. Those are some of the things. Being a Hebrew wife person, as far as Yah is concerned, it's like you're putting it into action. You're reading, you're studying, you're hearing, it's like he's real now, and he's active in your life, and you can see it and you can be a part of it, if that makes sense. As far as gentile, in our situation, we had lots of material things. You know, we had a really, really nice home, really nice vehicles. We had, you know, lots of spending power. Basically anything and everything we wanted, we could have either gotten it or we had it. Being the lifestyle that we have now, being off-grid, you know, you're dependent on Yah for everything. And I was going to say most because, you know, I mean, we're human. Sometimes we don't go to Him immediately and get the things that we need. Personally, I was always, you know, yearning, as a Gentile, always yearning to have a relationship with Him, always trying to, always, you know, saying, I'm going to get up in the morning, first thing I'm going to do, you know, get up before everybody wake up, read my devotional, pray, and then try to live that lifestyle where you think that you're going to follow these 1, 2, 3 steps, and then you're going to have a closer relationship with Him. And it never really happens. But here now, I mean, I don't have to get up early in the morning and, you know, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and read a devotional. Now you can walk with Him throughout the day and feel His presence throughout the day. And you can actively see Him moving and working inside your life and changing little things about you and making you become more like what His Word says that you should be. Back then it was always a struggle, and I always felt myself trying to pretend to be somebody that I know I wasn't. Trying to pretend to be somebody that I wanted to be, that, you know, I remember hearing the Word say I should be, remember looking and reading my devotional as to what I should be, but never could be that person. You know, you read your devotional this morning and says that you should be humble and, you know, but then you try to do that throughout the day. It's like you're pretending and making yourself, okay, I got to be humble, and not really getting there. But now, reading Torah and listening, you're hearing it, and it's becoming a part of you. You might not do it that day, but you know, you constantly work it, and it's like it becomes a part of who you are. And I've seen little changes within myself. I think I've always was meant to be the person that I am now. The person that I'm striving to be, I say that.
Now, what did you mean by that, the person that you are now?
The person that I am now,
you said you was meant to be the person that you are now. What did you mean?
To have Him actively teaching me, to actively be trying to learn, to not be driving the BMWs and living in this 3-story home, and not that stuff isn't nice, and you know, I desire that one day that we might have that if that's His will. But I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. It's just that when you're in that lifestyle, sometimes you tend to not be dependent on Him. And I think that that I enjoy a lifestyle more where I am dependent on Him, actively seeing Him doing things and waiting. Sometimes it's hard. I mean, it's hard when you need something. You think you need something and you can't get it, and you have to wait for the Lord to give it to you, and you have to wait if He decides that He's gonna give it to you, and if you need it. But I think it's all good.
Well, the rest of the world says that you should get out and get it yourself.
I know, and sometimes I feel like I should too. Sometimes I feel like I should too, being honest, But, I got you here to let me know, no, you gotta wait on Him, and He's gonna come through, and if He give it to you, it's because you need it, and if He don't give it to you, it's because you don't need it, and His will. But it always seems to work out. Praise Him. Praise Him, Lord.
All right. Well, this is...
I don't know if this here should be uploaded or whatever.
You can modify it.
Yeah. That's work.
You gotta
That's work modifying it.
The beginning of it is real good. The beginning of it. So I would think about cutting it at the beginning.
What about your...
I'd stop it now if I was...
Okay, I can't. I got both my hands. What about your